Today is all about squats, how to squat effectively and safely so that you can get stronger. There's many components to the squat, and we're going to go through them one by one, but the main thing to remember is that we want to find you a squat or a variation of squat that works for you so you can build strength, mobility, and balance. The only thing we need for today is a chair and a light weight, as we're going to be going through the squat fundamentals that we will need for future classes. So let's get started. So you need a chair that you can sit relatively comfortably in, and it needs to be something that you're not sinking into. So yes, a couch would work, but we are better off with something a little bit more stable. So you're going to sit on your chair, and your feet are flat on the floor, and you want to be able to hinge slightly forward from your hips. It's kind of like being perched on a chair. So what I mean by that is, can you lean forward? What we don't want to happen, and this happens a lot when we're sitting down in our chairs, is we don't want this. We want to be able to have a long spine, and we talk about that all the time in our program, and be able to pivot forward. And let's just double check that together. We're going to take our hand on our back and our hand on our belly. Can you sit up tall? And just imprint that feeling of sitting up tall. And then can you hinge forward without rounding your back? And if that's really hard for you, just do it a little bit. And sometimes it's just a matter of building awareness over time. And that's what we will be doing in all of our classes. So one more time, hand on the back, hand on the belly, pivot forward. So that's your sitting tall on the chair. So now we're going to sit and stand up. I have my timer here. We're going to be doing this for 30 seconds in a moment, but let's just practice this together first. So your feet are on the floor. You push your heels into the floor, and you have your hands at the chest. If this is super hard for you, you can use the arms of the chair or the seat of the chair to get up. Your chair might squeak like mine. Don't worry about it. What we're focusing on is not the fact that our chair might be squeaky, but that we're doing this well. So our hands are at our chest. We're going to dig into our feet, and we're going to bring ourselves up. And what we're trying to do as we come up is to keep our back long. And then we're going to slowly and quietly sit back down. So this is definitely a squat, and we call this sit to stand. So we sit, and then we stand. We sit, and then we stand. Now, if you're having a super hard time with this, right? That's okay. We're here to get stronger. You can do a couple of things. You can use the arms of your chair if you have a chair with arms, or you could use your hands to help you get up. But what I want you to really practice as we go through this is keeping your back long. That is the most important thing. So we don't want to kind of go like this. We want to really imprint this feeling of being long and strong in our spine and bring ourselves up. Another thing you can do if you're finding this hard is that you can make your chair higher. So you can put more padding, maybe a pillow underneath your chair, so the distance that you're traveling is less. So what we're going to do is that we're going to do sit and stand. And I like to use a timer. An alternative to using a timer is counting, like working on doing 10 or 12 or 8 or 15. But I find that using a timer is very good because we're not trying to rush. We're just getting curious about how many we can do in 30 seconds. And what I find so fabulous, so interesting, so inspirational is that if we work on this program together, and we will be able to do more sit to stands in this 30 seconds of time. But today might be the first day that you're doing this. So just get curious, have a sense of curiosity about how many you could possibly do in 30 seconds. And I want you to remember how many that is, write it down, and send it to me and let me know. And then we'll be doing these Strong Bones classes together. You will be able to do more in this 30-second time. So your hands are at your chest, and if you need support, your hands are on your thighs or on the chair itself. I just started the timer. We're going to do sit to stand, please don't rush, for 30 seconds. So the timer is on. The timer is on. Here we go. So we're going to come up and down. And like no rush, no pressure, right? Just be curious. I'm on number 2. How many you can do without stressing yourself out in 30 seconds. Keep your back long. We're a number 4, right? Feel free to go slower than me, but try not to go faster. We're a number 5. Take your time. You will get better at this over time. Number 6. Okay, so we did about 6 together in 30 seconds. And if 6 was too much for you, don't worry about it. You do 3, you do 4. Remember, nothing is binary. It's not like you're doing 0 or you're doing 6. It's not like you're doing 0 and you're doing 10. Do as many as you can for 30 seconds. Now, I'm going to put the timer down for a second. One of the biggest challenges when it comes to squats, whether it's squatting from a chair, right, or squatting without a chair, is not the actual squat itself, but what's going on in your lower legs. And you'll find that you might try and come down and then your heels come up and you feel unstable or super tight in your lower legs. And that often has to do with ankle mobility. So we're going to work on that, and you will find that as you get more mobile in your ankles and lower legs, you will be able to squat more efficiently, more proficiently. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn our chair around. You could also use a counter or even a table for this, but you want it to be at around hip level. So you don't want to be leaning over to it, right? You want to be at hip level. And before we do anything else, we're going to find some really good posture. So chest is lifted and try and get your back long. And this is a super big component of our program, but you want to get your back so we don't feel like this, but we feel super long and tall. And over the course of doing these exercises together, you will find that it's easier to maintain a good posture for these exercises. So your hands are going to be at the counter or at the chair, and you're going to come up onto the balls of the feet. Now, if this is too high for you to do it less. And if you're finding like you're really unstable with balance, hold onto your chair tighter, right? And then slowly come down. So that's phase 1. Let's try that together again. Onto the balls of the feet. If you feel like it's too much, do it less, right? And then slowly come down. But we don't only want to come up into the balls of the feet, we also want to lift the toes and the balls of the feet up to really get that mobility in the ankles. So we're going to come up again like we just did, and then we're going to slowly have our heels come down and lift the toes. You will rock back a little bit, but you want to try and minimize the rocking. Another thing, let's keep going, that tends to happen with this one is that sometimes we start to pivot at the hip so it looks like this. We're trying not to do that in this exercise. So again, ankle mobility work. How did that feel? Let's do that together for 30 seconds so you can feel what it feels like to actually use this exercise so it does something. So I'm going to pick up my timer, which is for 30 seconds. And remember, if 30 seconds is too much, do 10 seconds and you'll come back to this class. And we will do this in future classes, giving us the opportunity to get better at it. So the timer is on. We're going to go slow. I'm going to come into the balls of the feet. And then we're going to come onto the heels. We're going to come onto the balls of the feet. We're going to come onto the heels. Now, there's no need to get super ballerina about this, right? We're trying to increase the mobility that we already have. So if you have never done this or it feels really stiff, it's absolutely fine. We have 5 seconds to do it just a little bit. Let's get about one more time. So good. That was 30 seconds. Ankle mobility. So crucial for being out in the world, for taking the steps, for hiking, for all the things that we do, but also that is going to help us get better at squats. So now we're going back to squats. The first thing that we did was this sit to stand with a timer, seeing how many we can do in good form in 30 seconds. Now we're going to add on a very lightweight. And this is primary to the strong bones classes. And it's important that we learn this in a way that's useful and usable for us. So number 1, before we add a weight, we want to make sure that we're able to do this with a long spine. And it might take a week, it might take a few weeks, it might take one time, but we need to get your body used to exercise. And what often happens is that we try and do too much all at once, and then we're either sore, or we injure ourselves, or we're just defeated because it's so hard. And the key to improving strength, to improving mobility, to improving fitness is to do it progressively and slowly. So number one, we want to find a variation of a squat that works for us. And we did that in the sit to stand. The back is long, hands are at the chest. Can you come up? Can you place yourself down? For a lot of us that have been exercising for a long time, we think it should be easy, but have we been able to do this with precision and control? So if you're able to do 12 of those in good form, you're allowed, it's like a prerequisite, to add a weight. And the weight doesn't have to be a lot. It just has to be something small that's more than what you're doing without the weight. So over the course of our program, we'll be using a variety of weights, but let's start with something really light. This is a 2-pound weight. You can use a 1-pound weight. You can use your wrist weights if you have wrist weights at home, or you can even pick up a water bottle. But we want to add a load. But I'm going to repeat myself. We do not add a load, a weight, a wrist weight, a water bottle, until we're able to do the exercise well, in good form. And that doesn't take forever, but it does take some time. And that is the main reason why we're working through these exercises together. So you take that light weight, and if you're really great at this, you can take a heavier weight, but let's make sure we can do it well. And we hold the weight at our chest. And I'm holding the weight between my hands like this. Now, depending on the kind of weight you have, it might be more comfortable to hold it like this, but you want to feel like the weight is secure, and you want to keep the weight for this exercise very close to the body. So we're back sitting down in the chair. The light weight is at the chest. You're in that precision posture with a slight hinge at the hips, and we're going to push into our feet, and we're going to lift ourselves up. And then we're going to quietly come down to the chair. We're going to lift ourselves up. Another thing to think about with this is that, of course, we want to see where we are, right? But then once you're secure in sitting down, you want to keep your eyes forward or even slightly up, because we want to train the posture to be like this when we have a load. If you find like this is too much for you, put the weight down. Again, we need to own the exercise to do it well in good form before we add a load. How many should you do? Let's do 4 more times. Notice how you feel. And today, allow it to be easy. Allow it to be something that you have success with. Let's get 2 more times, please. Oh, so good. Love squats. So useful. So usable. 1 more time. And then you sit back down. This is the foundational squat for our Strong Bones program. Go back to the sit and stand test. See how many you can do for 30 seconds. Write that down. Send me a message. Let me know. And in the next video, we'll go through the next main exercise, which is hinging forward at the hips for our Strong Bones program. Fabulous work.